The right plan can make a huge difference when a crisis hits, and Bacardi is a great example of this. A lot of people think that Bacardi is a Puerto Rican rum, but actually, Bacardi is a Cuban family, and originally it was a Cuban rum. So in the 1900s, Bacardi is doing really well. They've reached a level of international success. They're very popular, especially in the United States. Things are going well. But at the time, there was a dictatorship in Cuba, and the Bacardi family is worried about this. So they take a few preventative actions. First, they open up factories, distilleries in Mexico and in Puerto Rico. And then they also open up a Bahamas company, and that's where they store their recipe, their brand name, their trademark, the logo, all of that goes in the Bahamas. In the 1960s, things change very quickly in Cuba. They have the Cuban Revolution, Fidel Castro comes to power, and Cuba becomes a one-party communist state. And just within a few years of that, Bacardi is nationalized, it's expropriated by the Cuban government. And the Bacardi family, they lose everything. They're not compensated for this, and the family, they basically become exiles and they flee to Miami. Fortunately, because the family had diversified before, they're able to keep producing their rum in Mexico and in Puerto Rico, and they maintain their brand, the logo, all of that, though not without a few attempts from the Cuban government to steal it. However, the Bacardi family does win in international courts, and they're able to keep them. Without this planning by the Bacardi family, it's very likely that Bacardi would have ended up as property of the Cuban government, like what happened to Havana Club. Havana Club is a rum, also from Cuba, that was popular at the same time, and it was also family owned. Unfortunately, this family didn't have the same level of asset protection and diversification, so when the Cuban government expropriated their distillery, allegedly at gunpoint, they didn't have a lot of recourse. So today, Havana Club is owned by the Cuban government and by a French company, and the family that created this company, they don't even see a penny of that profit. It's so important to be proactive about this kind of thing when it comes to international diversification, asset protection and planning. Don't put it off, because if you wait until you need it, oftentimes it's too late. So be proactive, don't put these kinds of things off.